Hi guys, Lisa from the Hub PT here. So today we're going to work on some active isolated stretching for a little bit in through the shoulders, the triceps, and more so into the back. So the rhomboids, teres minor, teres major a little bit, and then pecs and a few other things. So active isolated stretching, that just means you're actively going into the position and then isolating that muscle group and then assisting for a 2-second hold. And it's only 1 to 2 pounds of pressure. It's not a lot. And then we're going to release it. So in that stretch, release, come back out. What you want to try to do is about 8 to 10 reps on each side. And this is what we're going to do. So it's a nice way to work on opening up myofascial tissue instead of holding where the body actually goes into like, oh, trauma alert, I need to seize and tighten. Unless you hold it for the stretch for longer, like 2 minutes, ideally 5 minutes in that hold. But I don't know about you guys, but I ain't got no time for that, especially when there's so many different ways and angles to be stretching. Active isolated stretching can also work as your warm-up as well as cool down. Or you could do it in between as a way to help try and flush out some extra blood that's pooling or potentially pooling within those muscles from a hard workout, or things just aren't feeling right. These stretches are also nice because they're in motion. You can kind of, go in and out of them and you don't feel like such a, I don't know, goofball, I guess, really. You can make this day, today focusing on upper body. And so without further ado, let's get started. So this one, cross chest stretch. What we're working on is stretching the rhomboids in the back, your traps, mostly middle traps. You'll get a little bit of upper trap into that teres minor within the shoulder girdle, and then your infraspinatus, which is like, it needs a lot of love. With a lot of the stuff we do in here at the hub anyways, there's a lot of infraspinatus work. If you do any of that overhead work or lowering down, rotating to come through, infraspinatus is being demanded of. So it needs to be released one way or another. For expediency's sake, I'm going to demonstrate with 4 stretches on each side instead of the recommended 8 to 10. But I say, we all say, and the guys who have studied active isolated stretching say 8 to 10 reps for each side in and out. Remember, 2-second hold, exhale as you are deepening that stretch, and then it's 1 to 2 pounds of pressure. So you're not reefing on it. It's just a little bit of a stretch there to help assist in opening up those tissues. So cross chest, straight on first. Looks like my camera's gonna fall, so of course, technology, right? All right, so cross chest, we're thinking wrist to wrist connection. We're keeping our girdle nice and strong, shoulders are square. We're not twisting with that stretch. We just wanna go in and out. All right. 4 on the other side. And then we're going to go into a bent elbow. So bending that elbow, slightly changing where we are having that stretch within the rhomboids, within that infraspinatus. You can play with your angles a little bit. You can go and stretch with a little bit of an upward push or coming straight across. All right, so then we're gonna go into a tricep stretch. So triceps, we know and love these guys here. The nice thing is we can get into the rhomboids a little bit as well with that help. So that's what this rope is for. So if you have a towel or a rope, you're gonna take that rope. You're going to grab it behind the arm. From here, we're going to first go across, release, across, release. So if you didn't hear me, so we're pulling across to the other shoulder and then releasing and across. All right, then your next one's going to be actually trying to pull down, hopefully elbow up to the sky, releasing, pull down. So I'll show you from behind, pull down, release, pull down. You would do that on both sides, 8 to 10 reps. And then our last one is an overhead. So you're going to reach overhead, pull, and come through. All the way down, back up, pull out, come down through. If you feel any shoulder impingement or pinching, then first go see someone who can help you with that and maybe try and avoid that stretch. So we would try and go into a different position to be able to get through teres major your lats, your posterior delt, the pec major, and the anterior serratus. So all in through here, and then a little bit in through the back of the arm as well. We would do that for each side, and we would call that in here, refer to it as an overhead reach, active isolated stretch. So that's it for today for active isolated stretching. Just 3 stretches with some slight variations to help you open up at least a little bit of the shoulder girdle, a little bit across the back, and definitely those oh so hardworking triceps. I'm Lisa from The Hub. Have a good day.